Welcome to Cops Uncut, the show that puts you in the driving seat of America's fight against crime and gets you up close and personal with the mad, bad and dangerous to know that roam America's highways. Coming up on Cops Uncut. This little piggy has a house made of steel. This big piggy has a powerful right hook. And this cheeky piggy has fast little legs.
I'm gonna turn the dog loose!
But runs into the wolf.
Radio, start me a minute unit. He's got severe dog bite.
Sometimes the bravery of police in a pursuit isn't limited to those doing the chasing. This incident in Yukon, Canada shows how other units apart from the lead pursuit car can find themselves directly in the line of fire. This suspect starts off by making an illegal U-turn. But instead of stopping for the police, he embarks on a long and dangerous high-speed chase through moonlit roads. But romance is the last thing on his mind as he tries to shake the cops, spinning them in circles around an intersection. He even runs a red light and hits the throttle. But in his haste, ends up meeting another incoming police unit head-on. As the chase reaches fever pitch, the cops realise they need to put this midnight cowboy out to pasture. They set up numerous roadblocks along the freeway, hoping to prevent this speeding maniac from ploughing through any nearby intersection and into unsuspecting innocent motorists. Unfortunately for the police, that means putting their cars and themselves right into harm's way.
Just crashed into a battery unit here. Start medical.
Incredibly, though both cars were completely wrecked and forced by sheer momentum to spin around each other, the officer in the crashed car is still able to get out of his mangled vehicle to help arrest the idiot who'd just driven right into him. But understandably, he's a bit dazed and has to sit this one out. He's earned the right to remain silent. As he blocked the intersection, he prevented the fugitive from entering the roadway, stopping him from endangering other road users.
Just crashed into a battery unit here. Start medical.
The suspect was taken to hospital in a critical condition.
I saw him coming at me. I couldn't get out of the way.
And he wouldn't slow down there.
Dude, he fucking aimed it on purpose. Yeah, he
did. He aimed for you.
Yeah, he fucking aimed for me.
This chase began with a U-turn. U-turn if you want to, but Canadian cops always get their man. The police can never be sure what is going to happen on even the simplest traffic stop. This trooper in Colombia, South Carolina, has pulled over a vehicle for speeding. As he cuffs the vehicle's occupants one by one, the remaining passenger decides to take matters into his own hands. The trooper is hit by multiple rounds, 2 into his arm, but the others hit his bulletproof vest and radio, saving his life by inches.
I need assistance, 601, shots fired. I've been hit, I need an ambulance. 301 at 176, 301 at 176, I've been hit. I need an ambulance.
The shooter was later caught and faced charges of assault and battery with intent to kill and possession of cocaine. He's to spend the next 17 years behind bars. The injured cop remained admirably calm throughout, more than his mum will be when she finds out.
I'm all right, but you call my mother. I want you to talk to my mother, okay? I don't want her to freak out. All right? I'm good. I'll live, but I don't want my mother to freak out.
Time for some tales of the inebriated from Jacksonville, Florida.
The reason I'm stopping is you're doing 60 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. Then you step out here and talk to me for just a moment.
The police can probably tell pretty early on that this guy isn't going to pass any sobriety tests with distinction. The way he uses his truck as a crutch is a dead giveaway.
Sir, you appear awful unsteady. How much have you had to drink tonight?
Then there's the way he stands up nice and straight, as if in a major earthquake.
I put your feet together and your arms down by your side. All we want to do is just take a look at your eyes.
But the clincher is his attempt to hold on to some police measuring tape.
So set that on the ground right there in front of you. Oh!
It turns out he can't quite measure up.
Oh! Can you have rescue come around here? I'm in the parking lot of Metro Square. My subject fell down and hit his head.
Another slam dunk drunk, this time from Tampa, Florida.
Do you have any physical disabilities?
No, I don't.
You have any medical problems?
No.
You take any medication?
No.
This driver makes a decent attempt to fool the cops into thinking he's perfectly
Do
sober.
you wear glasses or have contacts?
No.
Okay, you don't need glasses to drive?
No.
Okay. Any problems with your eyes at all?
No.
Unfortunately, he's just a bit too eager to please.
Go ahead and put your right foot in front, sir. Now stay, no, don't walk, just stay. I don't want you, sir, I don't want you to walk.
Eventually, it all becomes a bit too much.
I want you to take 9 steps forward on the edge of this line.
Oh, that's too much.
The way I want
That's too much. No, 9. Wow. That's too much. That's too much.
the way I want
That's too much. No, 9. Wow. 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 9 steps, sir.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, but
All right.
9 steps up.
Okay, let's do this.
Hey, no, I'm
Let's do
not
this.
doing
Turn
that.
around for me.
9 steps up. Wow. Wow.
Our third drunk driver from Grand Rapids, Michigan, isn't going to bang his head, but he is going to cover his face in shame.
Turn it off for me. Turn the vehicle off.
He's been spotted going down a one-way street
How much you had to drink tonight?
in the wrong direction.
Nothing? I don't think so.
So far, so routine.
Have to get out of the car. Can you do some sobriety for me, okay?
But when this partygoer steps out of his car, the true horror of his situation is revealed. He's wearing a contraceptive.
You gotta hold out in front of you. Not behind you. There you go.
Well, he's got no chance of getting anyone pregnant looking like that.
You're under arrest for OWI.
And the night of shame comes to an end. Ocala, Florida. A cop car is bumped into by a drunk driver. As the cops come over to inspect the scene, she decides to make a break for it. For these Ocala officers, a routine stop is about to turn into a midnight chase and a major pile of paperwork. Time to get those overtime slips ready. After a couple of tight bends at high speed, officers manage to corner her in a cul-de-sac. But not even a dead end sees this driver stop. Not content with ramming one cop car, she veers around the one she initially hit and rams headfirst into the second. The troopers find themselves having a bit of déjà vu. By now, she's not just a nuisance for cops hoping to finish their shifts on time, she's a danger to everyone on the road, including herself. But she's going too fast for the police to catch her. As she speeds through the night, she takes the police from quiet suburbs, through busy city streets, and into the countryside. Panicking, she smashes through an entrance gate and finds herself in a horse farm. Stopping before driving into the stables, she gives up and finally submits to arrest. But there's no point in being helpful now, lady. That's shutting the stable door after the horse has bolted. Welcome to the outskirts of Las Vegas, New Mexico, and a showcase of American automotive engineering. We meet officers on the tail of a 2010 Chevrolet Camaro.
209 Vegas. 209. Should be advised that blue Camaro does have its flashers on unknown reason.
And the police are about to put this car through its paces.
209 Vegas. We're able to run that 28 on that vehicle.
The 23-year-old driver has stolen his parents' car for a leisurely drive.
Speeds are about 75 miles an hour. It's blue Camaro.
Fueled by copious amounts of beer, tequila and marijuana, he only sees the police as a source of further amusement. Until he notices a set of sharp spikes placed in front of him. He tries to slow down and sneak past them, but police surround him, weapons drawn. They try to pull him out, but he's locked the doors. So they smash in his windows, or at least try to.
Give me a baton. I don't have it. Put the pictures. Some people block him in.
Unfortunately for New Mexico PD, this brand new sports car is a miracle of engineering and has been extensively crash tested. No matter how hard they try, they just can't break that glass. As the driver tries to sneak around the patrol car blocking him, troopers manage to place spikes beneath his wheels. There's no avoiding them this time, and the Chevrolet's forced to run over the barbs. But amazingly, the tyres don't puncture. So that's the integrity of the exterior passed with flying colours. Time for a speed test.
Picking up his speed now.
The driver hits the wide-open New Mexico roads and reaches speeds of 125 miles an hour.
Traveling too high of a speed for me to get any distance on him.
The cops can barely keep up. And this Camaro is as good at evading police off the road as it is on flat concrete. It's the kind of car that makes law breaking look fun.
219 Vegas is going to oncoming traffic. He's going into oncoming traffic. He's northbound in the southbound lanes.
Once again, the police try to stop this 23-year-old joyrider with a stinger. But once again, the car's tyres prove to be just too tough.
352 I-25 southbound. We did not get him. We did not get him.
Don't blame the kid. This is all the Chevy's fault. Unfortunately, even this beautiful car has its limits. The driver is betrayed by smoke coming from beneath. This Chevrolet, thrown around New Mexico for over an hour, now starts to fall apart, and each tyre deflates and flattens. Pretty soon, this reckless teenager is running on 4 metal rims.
Vegas, we're heading north on the front edge about 35 miles an hour. Looks like all tires are inoperable this time, subject to control.
It's only a matter of time before the car is surrounded. The cops end the chase by braking and entering. And this time, even the windows don't hold up. Middletown, Ohio. This officer has just pulled over a private security guard who's believed to have just hit another vehicle before fleeing the scene. The stop is routine to start with, but the security guard becomes irritated when flashing his badge doesn't lead to any special treatment. In fact, the security guard finds himself being secured. But before the handcuffs go on properly, he begins to struggle with the unfortunate officer. So the officer deploys a taser. But this 17-stone thug just shrugs it off and turns violent. The cop is faced with letting go of the handcuff or getting punched in the head. And this officer is prepared to put his body on the line. And he's no pushover. Both men are trapped in a desperate bear hug. The struggle only ends when arriving backup and another taser manages to subdue the assailant. The officer was hospitalised with serious injuries. He'll need corrective facial surgery before making a full recovery. The security guard now faces multiple charges, including assault on a police officer. His bail bond was set at $500,000. Now, if you're planning to outrun the cops, you need two things: a fast car and well-fitting clothes. Unfortunately for this suspect in Jefferson, Georgia, he has neither. This guy is wanted for a simple traffic violation, driving with obscured license plates. The cops prepare to write him a ticket, but the driver is afraid they'll uncover the stash of drugs he has hidden in his vehicle.
Radio, he ain't gonna stop.
He makes like Hussein and bolts. After running through a stop sign, he narrowly misses colliding with another officer. But this guy has already reached the finishing line. The first thing to go down is his car. And the second thing to go down are his trousers. What a cheat!
You gotta stop! You gotta stop!
But running away from the police as fast as his legs will allow, he has little time to pull them back up. And to add injury to insult, the cops on his tail are a K9 unit.
I'm gonna turn the dog loose!
They give him one warning after another.
Aim to stop! Aim to stop! Aim to stop! You gotta stop!
But when he continues to ignore them, police release the beast.
Radio, we got K9 turning loose, K9 bike! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Radio, start me a minute unit. He's got some beer dog bite.
This is the one time you'll see a suspect's tail wag the dog.
That dog bit the shit out of me, man. That's what he's trained to do. You understand? For me, just what he's trained to do.
This guy was a pain in the arse. Now he's got a pain in the arse.
Radio, start me a minute unit. He's got some beer dog bite.
Ever run a red light before? Well, this is why you shouldn't. Police installed a camera at this intersection in Aurora, Colorado, because they were worried about people constantly jumping the red lights. The motorcyclist survived the crash, but suffered extensive damage to his face and legs. The 21-year-old driver who ran the red light received a citation and now lives in fear of a visit from the motorcyclist's angelic friends. Rush hour in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And the police have a problem. Multiple cop cars have been dispatched to track down a stolen school bus, which is heading straight into the city centre. Fortunately, there are no children on board. Even more fortunately, neither is Sandra Bullock. If this was a car, the police would force it off the road, nudging the back end and causing it to spin to a stop. But with an 18-ton school bus, that's easier said than done. This plucky officer gives it a try, though.
Back tire's still good.
But he just can't force the bus to spin. He tries one side, then the other. But this mammoth is just too big for his patrol car to tackle.
We need a bigger unit.
Fortunately, there are plenty of others waiting to give it a go. Further down the road, another police unit prepares a set of spikes, which flattens each of the bus's tyres and forces him to drive on its metal rims for the rest of the chase.
Tell him he's trying to the fucking unit! The bus has no front tire going
Get him, come on!
Finally, one of the officers does enough to shift the bus's weight and spin him around. For this guy, school's out. Finally, welcome to Lubbock, Texas, where officers are following this SUV.
3627.
It has just been used in an armed robbery by a group of teenagers who stole a lady's handbag in a parking lot. But their victim smartly kept hold of her phone, which she immediately used to alert the police. The bungled robbery and the pursuit by local troopers makes these teenagers panic. They soon find themselves flipping over. In the crash, some items were ejected from the back of the SUV, including an 18-month-old infant. She's quickly scooped up by the Guardian of the Year, who tries to run off on foot, but they don't get far. Remarkably, the toddler only has minor injuries, but a major parenting problem. Armed robbery is one thing, but these teenagers have surely hit a new low of irresponsibility. The SUV didn't even have a sticker saying, "Baby on board." So, what have we learned today on Cops Uncut? Low-riding pants may look cool.
That dog bit the shit out of me, man. That's what he's trying to do.
But they can leave you vulnerable. For the latest fashion, why not wear a policeman around your wrist? Just make sure he's tailored to fit by taking some simple measurements.